Good afternoon from Eddie Hamada Field on the campus of Iolani School in Honolulu, Hawaii. Iolani Live is proud to present Interscholastic League of Honolulu Boys Varsity Division I Soccer. And here we go with the Iolani Raiders versus the Mid-Pacific Owls. Jaron Simone will track down a ball here on the left side. Knocked out of bounds. Be a goal kick.
Nice aggressive start to the game there.
We are, if you are wondering, we started the game a little bit late. There was some transportation problems for the Mid-Pacific Owls. That short trek down University Avenue here to Iolani. It's Elijah Brown on the far side trying to control for the Raiders. Mid-Pacific sends it out of bounds. Just underway here. The Raiders come in 6-1 in league play. Mid-Pac 3-1. This is the second to last home game for Iolani School. We'll be back here on Wednesday against Les Jardins. Simone again into the middle, finds Park.
Excellent start to the game with Iolani. Good possession.
Jacob Lee from his center back position. Keeps it on the diamond head side. Owls with it. But there's that man again, Jacob Lee.
I think we should expect to see most of the game in this offensive half of the field for Iolani. A lot of talent, a lot of speed.
Ana Simfraka, nice ball up to Jonah Kawamura. Jonah falls at the edge of the box. Jaron Simone still had it, and shot goes wide.
In football, we would have said that ball was thrown into a tight window. That ball was threaded quite nicely to the front line. Jonah's got to do something with that. Maybe he's looking for the foul there, Jonah.
Yeah. Right inside the box, yeah.
Yeah, you want to try to sell it, but you don't want to oversell it because you can upset a referee by trying to get the Oscar too often. And have we done the introduction to our live stream here?
We were kind of caught off guard with that quick warm-up, but here we are.
Got to hand it to the refs. They said they were going to start at 4:10, and they did.
The previous meeting between these two teams back on December 15th at Mid-Pacific ended in a 3-0 Raider win. Coit Bright, Brendan Park, and Jacob Lee had the goals for the Raiders. I mentioned the next home game, the last home game on Wednesday. That'll be their senior night. And then there's the big one at Punahou on Saturday, 10 a.m., Alexander Field. Be there or be square. Yeah, not a Raider fan.
That's a big game. In all likelihood, it determines seeding in the state. Who wins the ILH? Iolani, having lost to Punahou, our only loss, will need to win that game to tighten up the table.
Throw in headed away by the Raider defense. That is Tyler Udarbe.
Beautiful ball there from Kawamura.
Jaron Simone into the box. Bit marshaled toward the sideline.
He maintained his feet there.
This is Makana Simfranca. Anywhere will do for the Owls there. Number 23 sends it out of bounds. Milan Unkenin.
Would have been nice to see Simone take that ball to the outside with his first touch once he beat that first defender coming at him. He gave the other defender too much opportunity.
The throw, header, almost gets in that far post. Deflection off the Raiders will be a goal kick. You mentioned Punahou is leading by 1 point. Buff and Blue 6-0-1. Iolani 6-1-0, 18 points. It's a goal kick after that chance there for the Raiders off that long throw. Here's Park with it. Simfranca. He'll switch the field. Let's see if the Owls can gain some possession. They can't, and here it is with the Raiders again.
Good ball.
Simone right across the 6-yard box. He's finding a lot of freedom over here on the left. Now the Raiders will try it from the right. That almost reached Simone.
This stage of the game, I like your observation about Simone against that right back. If that's any indication, it's going to be a long day for number 11, Mr. Shawley Bromwell. He's going to have to figure out how to defend, either deny Simone the ball or do a better job of shutting him down once he does get it.
Long throw from Jaron all the way to the back post area. That is headed over.
Another wonderful opportunity. That's a tremendous throw-in from Simone. What a weapon. And even if he is defensed well and the ball goes out of bounds, he's creating a goal-scoring opportunity for the Raiders.
Jaron also plays volleyball for Iolani. Excellent libero. Averages 4.3 digs per set. Second in the team in aces with 19.
We're in the 8th minute, and we have not seen Mid-Pacific do much offensively. I think this is going to be what the game is going to look like for the next 72 minutes.
Kobayashi sent one up near us. Almost reaches our man Josh Ling here at the middle camera. Kazuki Stadium. Get a foot on that, Josh. No. Simone comes in and retrieves it.
You know, from this vantage point, I'm looking at the field. It'd be nice to see Iolani switch the field in the next couple seconds. Look at that throw.
Great long one to Kawamura. He's dancing, eludes one owl, eludes another, puts on a full stop, and gets knocked down. And the referee, Kaleo Benz, points to the spot.
There was a case of Jonah not needing to sell that one. That was a straight-up push. The young man has tremendous foot skills. Great on the ball. The defender, just opts for using his hands to push him off of it. He's just got to keep his hips right, not let Jonah dance too much. Got caught.
This will be Jonah Kawamura against John Muttick, sophomore goalkeeper. It's a good, fairly short run up for Jonah, and he sends it wide right.
That's inexcusable, Jonah. You got to put that in, young man. Are they calling an encroachment?
Wow.
Well,
Leo Benz is going to...
Well, I'll use the word twice. Inexcusable on the part of mid-pack as well. The last thing you want to do is jump in early for no reason whatsoever. There's no advantage to jumping in early on the defense's side. I tell my boys, girls, stay a foot off that line. Don't even make the ref think about calling that. That's a tough situation for mid-pack there. Yeah, and then you exacerbate the problem by running your mouth. Number 13, don't do that.
Danton Nita draws a yellow card, and Jonah Kawamura will re-kick.
Been playing this game a long time and never seen a referee change his mind by you yelling at him. So don't do it. Off the field with a yellow. What we'd like to see Jonah do is put this on frame.
He went to the right, too far right last time. We'll see what he does here. He does the same thing, except elevated the ball.
There's got to be somebody on the team who can do penalty kicks better than that.
Changed it up a little bit with the
That's
elevation of the ball.
can't go in unless you put it between the pipes.
Raiders open the season against Punahou here at Eddie Hamada Field. Lost 1-0, won their next 6 games. The closest one of those games, interestingly, was a game at St. Louis on December 21st, a 3-2 win. That's the only time the Raiders have conceded goals since the Punahou game. Jonah Kawamura scored all 3 goals and 2 from the spot. And we needed all 3 of them because Skylar Gu, the phenom Crusader, as the Owls get somewhat of a shot on goal. Skylar Gu scored 2 goals for St. Louis. He's got 12 on the season. That'll happen with him.
Yeah, that guy's a stud player. You know what you want to see happen after Iolani, for lack of a better word, boots 2 PKs there is, can they keep the momentum going positively? Or will mid-pack see that as a sign, see that as an opportunity for maybe this is their day?
Here come the Owls. Maybe this is their moment.
All right.
Oh, ball goes out of bounds.
You know,
that'll earn them a corner kick.
subconsciously, everyone thinks PK is going to go in. So you're already thinking, hey, we're winning 1-0. This is going to be easy. This is going to be our game, the way the match was played. All of a sudden, you missed 2. Mid-pack's now got, a rinky-dink shot on goal, but now a corner kick. So in a game of momentum, you have to learn how to keep it well. Missing PKs is not a good start.
Jantanita will take the kick into the box off a shoulder. Nudged out of bounds beyond the end line by number 16, Kawahigashi. That would have been something if the Owls came up with a goal and against the run of play and after 2 PKs to lead 1-0.
I think statistically we'll consider that 1 missed PK.
Okay.
But no. Couldn't get 2 points out, 2 goals out of that. 1 would have been nice. I'm interested to see what happens if there is another goal, a PK opportunity. What does the coach do there? Does he keep Mr. O for 2, can't put it on frame in there, or does he actually put a kid in who's going to give it a chance? You think you go the months, and this is your guy. This is your PK guy, and he hasn't hit the goal yet with 2 of them. Maybe a change needs to be made. I think he'll be okay. He's a good player.
Excellent player.
Yeah.
Does a lot of things. Made honorable mention all ILH last year as a freshman.
Yeah.
Kawamura name is in recent times synonymous with Iolani Soccer. Haley and Mia, his older sisters, are both on the girls varsity team, juniors this season. This is Suzuki with the throw-in to Zach Gorian. Suzuki with it again.
What we do expect is if there's going to be one kid out there who's going to be hustling harder than anybody, who's going to be working hard, being vocal, and going to make up for it, it's going to be Jonah Kawamura. You got to take that negative situation, that choke. That's what you got to call it. It's a choke. You do it twice as a choke. And he's going to turn it around and make up for it and show his teammates that he's going to be the leader on the field.
That was Jacob Lee digging it out for the Raiders. Is this your coaching style, Coach Milks? You like tear him down and you say what it is, and then you say he'll be fine.
He'll be fine. And I'll tell the kid, hey, better to miss him on January 14th than in February. Put some pressure on him in practice. See if he can do it in practice again. And if he can't, find somebody else. There's 20 other guys that want to take those.
Suzuki battling on that far side. Got some help from Kawamura. Mario sent it in. Here's Freddie again. A launch it long for Elijah Brown in the corner.
We have a drop opportunity here.
Chooses instead to make a cross. Now it's in the box. Cleared by the Owls. Approaching the 16th minute here. 0-0. Raiders and Owls. This is Jacob Lee. Trying to get this turned around for the Raiders. Lincoln Oishi. We'll, normally I would say we'd hear his name a lot in a game, but maybe only if Mid-Pacific can muster up some possession. Goalkeeper came out. Kawamura was not able to latch onto it.
Good.
Here come the Owls. Good counterattack, but the ball trickles out of bounds outside of the reach of Kawahigashi.
We spend a lot of time talking in these live streams about goalkeepers being in the no man's land, and we saw the young goalkeeper over at Mid-Pac get himself there. He comes out of the 18. He doesn't have any of the advantages of being a goalkeeper using his hands, and so he found himself jumping up with Jonah. Could have been a bad situation for Mid-Pac.
There's Jonah, draws a foul.
Switch this field. Simone, you got Oishi coming in. Oh, all right. It's still there. Oh, okay. Is that better? Okay. There's a switch we wanted to see.
Over here to Makana.
And a beautiful ball.
Sends it in toward the far post off the head and out of bounds of Jonah Kawamura.
That was set up nicely there for Iolani. A lot of imbalance by Mid-Pac over on their left side of the field. Iolani recognizes that, gets the ball to Sima Franca, who puts a good ball in there. I would have liked to see someone off the right side of Iolani's field come in and attack that ball versus coming backward on it. That header didn't have enough oomph. Poor touch there.
Elijah Brown. Back to Oishi. We'll send it ahead toward Makana Simfranca. A little too heavy.
Iolani had some success in the opening minutes playing a possession game. Now it seems like they're trying to drive the ball into the corners. Let's get the ball number 11's feet. The Zach kid. Let's see if he can work some magic.
He's almost got it to Zach Garion, just a freshman, one of the two freshmen on the team.
And the goalkeeper, right?
Yeah, Isaac Tanaka.
Bodes well.
Here's Lincoln Oishi, the last season's ILH defensive MVP. There's a misplayed ball, and now Elijah Brown is away.
Get aggressive, Elijah.
Into the box, cuts toward the middle, has it poked away. He'll play it back to Sim Franca. And he'll play it back further to Lincoln Oishi. We'll switch the field.
Excellent play there.
Jonah Kawamura cleans up. This is Freddie Morils.
Makana.
Interception by Scully Bromwell. Simfranca ahead to Brown. Brown ahead to Park. He'll cross it, but it's a shot, I guess, right at the near post into the hands of John Mutnick.
Well, we talked to Park later. He'll say that was a cross. He just misplayed it. Hip placement wrong. Pushed it. Opportunity here for Mid-Pac. Misplayed.
This is Isaac Tanaka, sorry. Number 1, send it away.
From up here in the stands, I could hear the goalkeeper for Iolani telling his teammates to push up. I like that. It's good to have a vocal keeper who's controlling and commanding the field.
Zach Garion comes up with the ball at midfield. Raiders try to get back to him.
Some nice footwork from Nita there of mid-pack. But yeah, I don't see mid-pack stringing things together well. There's flashes of nice play, but no sort of flow. Iolani puts one in, the tempo of the game will shift dramatically back to them.
We're in the 21st minute. Play 40-minute halves here, so that's a quarter of the game gone. No score. Hannes Franca had it taken away by Brennan Kimura. Raiders back with it. Kimura gets it, but he passes it ahead to Park. Park will go up the right side to an on-rushing Raider. That is Ryua. It's Akido.
Would have liked to see a cross there from that streaking, was it
Ryua Sakido?
Yeah. Small touch and serve. Don't let that defender come in and close that down as he did. Missed an opportunity there. But still, ball with the throw-in in the attacking third. Hopefully Iolani gets something out of this. But that was a beautifully placed ball. Was that Park?
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful ball there. Would have loved to see more come from that.
Simone on the far side will cork one of his long throws into the box, off a couple of heads, and into the goal. That'll be give the goal to Jacob Lee or Wailoa Manuel. Wailoa Manuel.
That throw-in is such a weapon. It's going to come into play a lot today. A team like Mid-Pack is going to be defending the ball out of bounds to take the pressure off, and Iolani can keep pumping the ball back in that chaotic area, create problems for Mid-Pack. It's going to bode well.
So Manuel scores in the 22nd minute. Raiders up 1-0. If you are a Raider American football fan, you've heard his name before. Wide receiver, place kicker, does really well on kickoffs, as you might expect. Getting many touchbacks on the season. He also, as a wide receiver, had 6 catches for 89 yards and 2 scores. Had a 28-yard touchdown against Lelehua and a 26-yarder against Radford. That's kind of what he does. It's almost 15 yards per catch. A lot of speed.
Well, kid's obviously an athlete. Ball's in the air, got to it.
Yeah, good with the ball in the air.
Yeah.
You know, does that for Wendell Look. Does it for Chris Lee here.
That really helps a team, in this case Iolani's squad, to take some of that pressure off. It's amazing how every single minute you go without scoring, especially against a team that you clearly are more talented, more experienced against. To get that goal helps take a lot of the pressure off. So we should see some good things.
Here's Jaron Simone again in that left corner.
He's across that.
And I thought he earned a corner there, but Kaleo Benz waits for a goal kick.
You know, when Jaron sees a window to cross, he's got to take the opportunity or create space before crossing it. But had he gotten a corner, it would have been a good outcome. Nice ball.
Tanaka plays with his feet ahead of Kobayashi. Averts some disaster for the Raiders.
That play there kind of reminded me of a bullfighter. You know, the bull or the ball's coming in, and he definitely moves the ball out of the way. See what his cape.
On rushing Ryugen Kobayashi playing the role of the bull on that one.
Yeah, Tanaka showed some composure there. Good in goalkeeper.
Yeah, right at the edge of the box, played it with his feet. It's Wailoa Manuel showing some good strength here on the near sideline, keeps it in. Good thumping header from Lincoln Oishi. Shimamura does the same for the Owls, and now the Raiders have it. Let's see if they can put something together here from the back. Oishi to Lee.
Oishi, a very calm player, very confident in his ability to elude the defender. You need that back there in the back four. Wow.
Cross in from Ruya.
Ruya, Mr. Sakita, he wants that one back. Nice build up, got an opportunity for the cross. Don't waste it. I tell players better 70 yards to the right than 1 inch. I'm sorry, to the left and 1 inch to the right. I mean, put it in play. Don't give him a goal kick. Get around the ball.
Andrew Rosen in the game for the Raiders now. This is Freddy Mariels. Back to Oishi. Nice pass to the feet of Emmanuel. He one-touches it, and it was almost like give and go there.
You don't mind as a coach seeing your players take chances in the attacking third, because if it doesn't work out, you have 7, 8 guys behind you to make up the defense. And in your back line, you don't want too many chances being taken by your back line because they don't have anybody behind them to help them out if they make a mistake. There, Kawamura took a chance on a through ball. That gets through, it's a goal. So go for it. Good decision there by Kawamura. Still would like to see him make up for that PK though, John.
Jonah's playing more up front today.
Oh yeah.
Typically a little in behind, but seeing some time at center forward. Now it's Wailoa Manuel up top.
Yeah.
You're just joining us, that's 1-0. We are in about 5 seconds, the 28th minute.
In sports, obviously Wailoa Manuel is very, very happy that he scored a goal, but you would argue that one of the more happy players on the field is Jonah. Like, thanks, buddy, Yep. You scoring a goal makes my PK efforts there less obvious. Ooh.
So Jonah crashes into Matik, the Owl goalkeeper, and will draw a yellow card.
And the yellow card there is for putting the goalie in some danger, but I thought I saw a little bit of a handball there in Jonah's part. Maybe one of those Maradona hand of God type situations, use his left hand to move the ball out of the goalkeeper's catch.
So a yellow card, Coach Milks, you explain for the audience that might not know what that means?
It's a procedural foul or any sort of foul that goes beyond what is expected in the normal pace of play. The referee's letting that young man know, tone it down, don't do that again. That's something that you're going to call it an extra punishment for those at home. If you get another one of those, you're going to be kicked out of the game. What's called a second yellow becomes a red. There are situations in which a player can immediately be given the red card, which has him eliminated from the game or kicked out of the game, so to speak. So you don't want that. And in some leagues, you accumulate yellows. You can be suspended for a future game. There are situations, actually, John, where a kid will have a certain number of yellows, and so in a quarterfinal game or even right before the state tournament, you might say to him, get one on purpose so you can sit out the next game versus getting a yellow card in the semifinal, having to sit out the final.
In a way, it's sometimes they call it that, a caution. You're being cautioned. Hey,
right.
We see you. You pull another one like that, you're off.
And there are some automatic yellows. Certain things you do that, you pull a guy down from behind or you use your hand on purpose. Those will get those automatic yellows. That's what I think occurred or transpired in that situation with Jonah and the goalkeeper. I think the assistant referee, saw Jonah use his hand to scoop.
Kaleo Benz has blown his whistle again, and we'll get a free kick here for the Owls.
Iolani's got a 2-man wall here. No, they're bringing in Wailoa for a third.
into the wall. It's Jaron Simone showing off his speed. And he's cut off by the kick taker, Dantonita, who incidentally picked up a yellow earlier in the game during a penalty kick.
Nice little series there by mid-pack, defending that ball, playing it back to their stopper in the back line. He plays it forward, and then they, for whatever reason, gave up possession without it being a good opportunity to do so. You'd like to see them settle down. It's 1-0, play some possession, and then put the ball through on the floor at angles past the back line of Iolani. They're not going to beat Iolani on a big through ball from midfield. There's just too much experience and talent back there. They've got to choose better windows.
This is Jaron Simone. Fights off one owl. And the second one takes the ball out of bounds. That was Sai Shimomura with a tackle, right?
Yeah, number Sai Shimomura wearing the captain's band there, so clearly he is one of the leaders of this pack, mid-pack team.
There we go with the long throw into the box.
Yep.
Another header, and it's in the net.
That is an OG, known as an own goal. That's going to go down in the record as an OG, meaning that it went off the head of a pack. Sorry, I keep wanting to say pack five. Mid-Pacific player, excuse me. And that's why you like those throw-ins. That's why you like corner kicks. That's why you try to generate that kind of confusion, because that is what will happen.
We have our little handy-dandy instant replay. Yeah, and it looked like number 23 tried to steer it away from the Raiders behind him. And it probably went a bit lower than he had expected into that top corner near the near post. On that one, it was the same cast of characters, some of the taller Raiders who were applying that pressure. Manuel, Jacob Lee, Jonah Kawamura.
Well, it's in the back of every defender's mind, right? You know that Iolani scored already with a header, so you're already nervous. And, you know, you feel for the young man, but it's a round ball, and you've got round heads. It's going to go someplace you don't intend it to go sometimes. He's got to get behind it and force it out. But that will happen. That's why you want to get those throw-ins. Was that Simone throwing that in again?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, so they're willing, Iolani, is to move him to the other side of the field for that throw-in.
Tyler Udarbi in the game now, up top for the Raiders. Simone tried to get it ahead to him. This is Oishi. The header. Fede Morils. Owls now with it. Scully Bromwell. He's being double teamed in the far right corner.
Showing a little frustration there. I would imagine that young man's a little tired. He's doing a good job back there playing defense, and now he's 80 yards up trying to put a dribble move on a well-rested Iolani defender. It's a tough row to hoe. You know, in addition to the header going in from Mid-Pacific, you could also see a handball. You could see a foul. You could even see someone trying to clear the ball and it hitting a teammate's knee or the back of an Iolani player and it going in the goal. It happens.
35th minute. It's Isaac Tanaka, freshman goalkeeper, sending it ahead. This is Tyler Udarbe. Elijah Brown streaming
nice
up ahead. This one is to Jaron Simone, and he won't get there before Mutik, the sophomore Owl goalkeeper. Uishi nods it ahead to Simone. Darby gets a foot to it. He's got it back.
Overlap left. Good ball. Good talking.
Simone. Tried to get it into the box. It was cut out of there by the Owl defense. It's a bit of a foot race between Suzuki and Du.
Nice series there by Iolani.
And just in a moment, it's already on the other side of the field.
Jaron was wider left than he usually is on those crosses. And when the wider you are, you want to think about putting those 3, 4, 6 feet up in the air. Harder for the defender to negotiate those balls. You put that on the ground, he has time to make the adjustment and defense it. But good decision making by the player who gave Jaron what's called an overlapping run on the left, slides it to him, and you got a service opportunity.
Last time the ball was dead, Iolani coach Chris Lee sent on 3 players, Ruya Sakido, Jonah Kawamura, and Zach Gorion. You can always tell where Zach is. Not the in the middle of the park, not the largest player on the field, just a freshman, but does a lot of cool, good things up there.
If you're starting on an Iolani team as a freshman, you've got something special about you, and that's definitely Zach's case. I watched a couple of training sessions, and his decision-making on the ball, his ball skills are phenomenal. Obviously, you'd like to see him have a growth spurt, put some time in the weight room, and be able to protect the ball, beyond the ball a little stronger. But, you know, he's out there. There's a reason.
And, you know, he's a wonderful student athlete. He spoke at the EO Society dinner last year after only spending a month and a half on campus and gave a wonderful speech.
Oh, I'm blessed to have him in the classroom, and he visited my classroom over a year ago as a prospective student, and you could just tell the kid was special. But going to the soccer component of it, you just, well, that's a misplay there, but you just got to get the ball to his feet.
Yeah.
Let him make a play, and we seem to be, you know, pinballing the ball or ping-ponging it around him and over him. Get the ball to his feet, let him run a play. I would like to see Iolani switch the field. Here from in the audience, you can see this. When there's 2 or 3 passes strung together on one left or right side of the field, you know the other side of the field, you've got 3 or 4 open Iolani players.
We're in the 38th minute.
Zip it across, find some numerical advantage, use that talent, and then strike. But it's 2-0 in the first half. There might not be a lot of pressure by the Iolani youngsters to play their best soccer. That happens.
Turnover by the Owls, and here come the Raiders on the counterattack. Simone.
That's a wasted opportunity there.
I think he was trying to find Udarbi. I pushed it a little too much to the keeper.
He's got the ball at his feet. Keep advancing it. Make something happen. You know, there's an imaginary line between the goalkeeper and the guy you're trying to serve the ball to. Certainly don't play it towards the goalkeeper side of that line.
Got about a minute here to go in the first half by our watches. Official time being kept on the field by Mr. Kaleo Benz. Ball ahead, offsides call.
No, that is not a good call by the referee there. And you know it's not a good call by when he made the call. When the ball is struck, that's when the kid's offside or not when the ball bounces and he sees what happens. He's got to raise that flag early because he believes it's offsides, or it's not. It's not the result you're looking for. It's when the ball was served or struck by the offensive player. Was the Iolani player onside? And the answer to that question, yes. But the referee, he's seeing what it looks like 2 or 3 seconds later than making a decision. That's inexperience on the referee's part. But I could be wrong. may have been really offside. I don't think I am. I'm biased.
You've spent time doing that, though, right? I mean,
Yeah,
you're not just talking about somebody who's complaining. You've been out there, you know.
Yeah.
I'm talking about being a referee. You know?
I was a ref. Yeah. And for those at home,
it's not easy.
The Mid-Pacific player, he's moving forward. The Iolani players are moving in opposite directions. So a lot of things happen when the ball's up in the air. The referee should have realized, what did it look like when the ball was served?
There's a ball served ahead by Mid-Pacific, cleared away with his feet as the whistle blows for halftime. Isaac Tanaka, came way out to the far side. Sent it out of bounds. So that's the end of the first half. It is Raiders 2, Owls nothing. Wailoa Manuel scored in the 22nd minute, and then there was an own goal in the 31st. Both off heads, both off long throws by Jaron Simone.
Yeah, and with a freshman goalkeeper, it is amazing how composed, and he's really stepping up. There are two other goalkeepers on the Iolani team, and so you ask yourself the question, if there's two older, taller, more experienced, presumably players, why is this freshman in there? Well, he's proving it. He's showing he's incredibly athletic. It looks like he's got quick feet. I've seen him made about 3 or 4 good decisions, which, makes me think, kid's going to be all right. Because it's hard to, as a freshman, you got 3 classes older than you. You're always worried about what they're thinking, whether you deserve it, whether you've earned it. Pressure-filled situations, and it seems like he's doing well. Good keeper.
So as you look at the Iolani bench and Coach Chris Lee and his coaching staff, they will huddle up with these players and take a break. The Mid-Pacific Owls have moved toward the other end of Eddie Hamada Field into the shade being provided by one of those large condominiums, as you see there on that shot. And as they take a break, we will also take a break, and we'll ask you to take a look at this video about Iolani School athletics.
Sports is not about just playing the game. Sports brings about lifelong learning experience. Things like dedication, sacrifice, commitment, teamwork. And when you combine all these together, you form a group of young people striving to meet one goal.
Wow, there are a lot of great memories here at Iolani. We had a lot of victories, losses, championships.
Something we felt was really good about the school. It was about the teamwork and about playing with integrity.
One team to us means everyone's accountable. Everyone plays a big part, starting or not.
That's the best thing I think about Iolani is no one person's more important than anyone else on the team.
Cross country and track have taught me a lot about the values of perseverance and hard work. There's few happier times in my high school career than running with some of my closest friends and teammates.
Soccer is the best sport because we won 2 state championships in a row.
I think there's a lot of love on our team. I mean, during practice, we're really competitive and we'll yell at each other to push each other. And I think it helps. Like, we do give each other tough love.
Mentality is, I would say, the most important thing while playing. You gotta have a positive mindset.
And I think as a coach, if I see them drifting out of that, then it's my responsibility to try and get them back.
Just like a fun atmosphere. It's like practices are really fun because like we get on each other, but it's just, yeah, we're all like brothers.
Tennis is like pretty much my life, and like I feel like if I didn't play tennis, I wouldn't have gotten a full ride to USF.
Division 1 tennis right here.
Division 3 tennis right here.
3 beats 1, I guess.
Yeah.
When I do things like diving, it's a space where I can let go of my schoolwork or anything outside of diving, and I can just do that Coach Till, she's so awesome that she would just like, if it's a hot day and she's coaching, she'll just jump in the pool and do a dive. It's nice. And like with her full clothes on and everything, and she's really good too.
Okay, so I had no idea what cheerleading was. I didn't even know it really existed, to be honest. Thinking, oh, it's gonna be kind of chill, it'll be fun. But this is the hardest thing I've ever done. It's also the most fun thing I've ever done.
Competing at nationals was such an eye-opening experience.
Walking into the ESPN wide world of sports, but just like, I can't even believe we're here.
When you're in the pool, the toughest competitor is yourself. And that goes for life too, because you're the only one who can move yourself forward and accomplish your goals. Yeah, that's what I learned from Coach Ivan.
He always tells jokes, but they're funny jokes when they make sense.
Yeah.
So you can
And if I don't understand it, I just laugh anyway to make him like feel good.
You know, I love the wins. I love the matches. I love all the playoffs. I love the state championship matches. But really, the thing I consider most special and kind of cherish, and they may not know it, is when they are examples to others in our community. Examples in terms of how to be as a person, as an athlete, representing Iolani. I mean, that's probably the best thing.
Welcome back to Eddie Hamada Field, where the Iolani Raiders lead the Mid-Pacific Owls 2-0 at halftime. We hope you enjoyed watching that video about the athletics program here at Iolani School.
Yeah, so impressive. Not only the way our kids are so articulate and so passionate about their sports, but it's neat to see all the different offerings that the school has provided for these young people. The tennis courts, the swimming pool, the gyms. It's a testament to how well the school and the athletic department has created these facilities and resources. The alumni has been so supportive. You hear about, people giving back, not just the coaching, but the financial resources to make sure we have good fields and the equipment and the right facilities. And it's good to see that kids are taking advantage of it.
Yeah. And then the different generations, the legendary generations, and then the kind of the alumni, and then the younger kids, and even on this team, and when we talk about one team, you see that everywhere. I usually ask the players before these webcasts, what does one team mean to you? And, a freshman like Zach says it means that your teammates pushes you to improve and to become a better soccer player by giving you advice on what to work on. That's how a freshman looks at it. And then a senior like Jaron Simone says one team means that everyone on the team is focused on team success rather than individual success.
I like that, and I also think there's something to be said for that. None of these young people out there in the field got here by himself. There's a support network of your teammates, the coaches, the parents, alumni that came before you. And it builds on this system, it's family atmosphere, and the recognition that we didn't get here by ourselves. No one person made this team better, this school better. It was a community effort of generations and the legacies of those who came before us. And I think these kids are humble, but obviously confident in their approach and in their ability to improve themselves and give 100% during practices and games.
Elijah Brown, I like this, another senior, kind of really puts it succinctly. Working together for a common goal.
And it's good to hear
that. That sounds simple, but that's not always the case in society, or in a school or on a team. I mean, it just isn't. I mean, and not always,
I agree.
But that kind of thing, like, hey guys, we all have a common purpose. Let's go work toward that. And,
yes.
in the best way possible, and then see where the chips fall.
Yeah, and And it's good to hear. You don't hear the word necessarily win or championship or victory a lot. It's about, hey, doing our best, a goal or an objective. Because sometimes we realize, hey, we are the underdog, and maybe our goal is to play to the best of our abilities, to represent the school well, and coming in third or fourth might be an admirable and achievable goal that we work towards. So we're not going to measure success necessarily by victories or wins. And so when the kids use that kind of language, it's good to hear.
All right, we are getting set for the start of the second half here. Thank you for joining us from wherever you are around the world on Iolani Live. The Raiders this time will be going from the Diamond Head end to the Eva end, toward the shade.
And while the field is not good for viewing purposes sometimes because you've got to stare into the sun, the way the field is aligned, the sun rarely, if ever, will play a factor in the goalkeeping or in the sight lines of the players. So that's a benefit for the players, while to us, we've got to sit here looking into the sun. At least it's us, and that won't affect the players out there.
This is an east-west configuration, largely. The Owls with it, taken away by Elijah Brown. Keeps,
good call.
Yeah, keeps the ball in. Ball finds its way to Jonah Kawamura. Chip it over to Park. He's dispossessed, but Reels gets it back, sends it ahead, and offsides is called.
There was a chance there. Would have been nice to see someone swing the club, pull the trigger, get a shot there. But a nice setup there. Good work by Mr. Brown. You just mentioned his name, and it goes on, does something spectacular. Good hustle there. And the ball, some of you in the audience might have seen some of the ball go out of bounds, but the way the rule is the entirety of the ball, the whole entire width, or would that be the diameter, John? It has to be
entirety
out
of the ball.
Entirety of the
Keep
ball.
it simple.
Okay. It has to be off the field, right? So if a small part of that ball is on the line, it is still in the field. The line is a part of the field.
The entirety of the ball and the entirety of the line. That's another ball that finds the head of Elijah Brown, this time into the hands of the Owl keeper, John Muttick. Excuse me. Kawamura dancing in the middle of the park here. Still with it.
He has
double
excellent
teamed.
feet. Yeah.
That was impressive.
If you got good feet, it's hard, and use your body well. It's hard for a defender to take the ball off your feet.
He is large and strong, and just a sophomore.
Yeah.
Jacob Lee plays it ahead, a little too heavy with that kick.
Yeah, I saw Jonah play a little bit last year, and a kid like that, you say that he has a tremendously high ceiling, meaning the potential's there. We're just seeing the beginning of what could be, a legendary level player out of Hawaii. Once he recognizes the field a little bit better with time, he maybe even gets a little more physical. I mean, he's physically enough right now, but once he gets his vision and his confidence, and I think there's a very, very high ceiling with that young man. And he shouldn't be afraid to be a superstar. Don't mind seeing that in a player. I think he's got it.
He is playing up top, center forward today. Owls with it in the box. Bounces around a bit at the feet of Kobayashi. Elijah Brown clears it ahead. This is Mariels. He's got his head up. He's looking for Jonah.
Poor communication there by Iolani. Mariels wants to play a long ball, and the center, forward, Jonah's checking to him, and he's going towards Freddie. They need to get on the same page. Because that might be okay in a 2-0 game against Mid-Pac, but you play against a Punahou, a Mililani, a Kapolei, you're going to not want to waste those pieces, that possession.
And there is a Punahou game on Saturday, 10 a.m. at Alexander Field. Raider fans, this team needs you out there.
There's the speed.
Speed of Elijah Brown almost got the Raiders another possession, but it does trickle out.
I believe it was Brendan making that long run there.
Here is Jacob Lee. Let's see if the Raiders can put together another attack here. Spent a lot of time here in the first 5 minutes of the second half on this side.
No, it was Jonah that made that long run from midfield all the way into the attacking third. Showed some good speed, as did Elijah Brown. But again, Midpack did a good job of defending that. What was your word earlier, John? Dispossessing?
Dispossess, yeah. Here's Jaron Simone loading up that long throw into the box. Park almost got to it, but it went over.
Iolani on those is set up static. They're standing right in front of the goal mouth. It would be a lot better if they were to all back up 10 yards and then be attacking that ball, attacking it towards Tristan Simon rather than jumping. They'd be a lot more deceptive to defend. I mean, harder to defend. So I'm wondering why they're set up as they are. It's hard to argue with 2 goals scored that way, but I think they'd have a little more success if those guys got into flight path and attacked the ball moving forward rather than jumping up and having to perfectly time that. That was a tremendous opportunity that was not used.
Brown is cut down. Bends with the whistle. Be a free kick here for the Raiders. Murillo gets it started to Suzuki. Brown. Some fancy footwork there.
That is
the switch
nice.
You've been looking for?
Yeah, it's, Murillo did a good job there. But now, hey, switch it back. You move the ball back and forth, left and right. You've got the defense now moving left and right, which is not the way they want to be moving. And you can really take advantage of numerical situations, mismatches talent-wise.
Jacob Lee there, number 8, with some strong shouldering.
And that's a bad call. There's no excuse for the referee to have blown his whistle there. For those of you at home, yeah, maybe it's a foul, but Iolani's got the ball at their feet. All you're doing, Mr. Benz, Clay is a great guy. I like him. He referees a lot of games I play in. But now you blow the whistle. Now we got 11 mid-pack players between the ball and the goal. That did not help us at all. In fact, calling a foul against mid-pack helped them. So a bad call. I don't like it.
Sometimes the referee can hold those 2 arms out, and it's a continuation, right? That's what you're calling for?
Yeah, just
like I see the foul, but we're going to continue because there's an advantage.
It's to the disadvantage of Iolani for Cleo to have called that. Keep the whistle in your hand. See what happens. Give it 2 or 3 seconds.
You're going to meet with him after the game, aren't you?
Wow. I'll say something when I see him this weekend. And then he'll take it out on me by calling fouls on me. Good ball.
Brown comes up with the ball. He'll try again, and he does. Then he chops down Ryder Giuliano. See if the Owls can put something together. Cut this Raider lead in half. That went off the head of Kobayashi, and a foul called. And we're going to have another penalty kick at that end.
And the referee in that situation almost has to call it. He has a defender moving laterally underneath the mid-pack player, causing him to foul in the box. Whether or not there's a true goal-scoring opportunity remains to be seen.
Rujen Kobayashi will take the kick against Isaac Tanaka, and he slots it in the left side. So there you go. Mid-Pacific pulls one back in the 50th minute from the penalty spot.
Next 5 minutes will be important for Iolani. settle down. You're still winning. You are still the better team. But one of the old adages in soccer is that 5 minutes after a goal is scored, weird things happen. Momentum.
Might be some momentum here for the Owls. They've got it. Just momentarily. Oh, and they got it again. This is Kawahigashi working against Brown. Brown very tenacious. Giuliano. Kobayashi, the Owl goal scorer, sends it across. Mid-Pacific still with it.
Nice ball.
Goalie Bromwell. Lincoln Oishi to the rescue. Clears it away.
Midpack served a long ball of a penalty or a foul. They put it in the box, and one of the things that happens is a mistake can be made by a young person, a handball, an inadvertent foul, and whether or not you would agree that that particular play on Midpack's part was a goal-scoring opportunity, referee sees a foul, and you know, it's like knowing the personnel and the teammates you play with. You got to know who's running the middle, and so you can't be overly aggressive on a ball 6, 7, 8 feet in the air, 15 yards out. Midpack's not going to score on that, so don't foul the defender. Because some refs are going to see a foul in the box, and they're going to award a penalty kick, and then it's 2-1.
This is Park.
Nice footwork.
That was Simone.
Not a good ball.
Nobody home.
Nobody home. And he has to recognize that. He has to see his teammate Jonah had vacated the middle. There's no one there. I was going to mention at halftime, one of the things I liked about the way Iolani was playing is they had gone scoreless in the first 20, 21 minutes, but they stuck to their game. They kept playing the way they played, kept control of tempo. They didn't try too hard. They stayed within what appears to be their game plan. And we're seeing that now. They're not freaking out because Midpack scored. But, you know, get another one in, make it 3-1. Some coaches say that a 2-0 lead is the hardest lead to hold on to. I disagree with that, but I hope it doesn't come true.
Ruya Sekido into the game for the Raiders.
Nice ball.
He's playing out here on the right wing now. Garrett Inouye also into the game. Oh, sorry, that is Misato Nasu. 23, not 21.
Yeah, he did a good job of shielding the ball from the defender letting it run out of bounds. And, you know, a few seconds earlier we saw Jonah try to play a kind of a back heel flick. And we don't mind seeing that. Yes, we lost possession, but he's taking a chance. He's getting creative in that attacking third. That's a good ball. Right? We're going to, if his teammate had recognized it and played off of it on a burst, maybe we'd have a goal.
Good throw by Ruya to Jonah. Also into the game, Andrew Rosen, number 18. He's going to give Brendan Park a rest.
Hey, I say take a long throw here.
Just Kawamura.
Amazing footwork.
Sent away. This is Freddie Mariels. Let's see if the Raiders can keep that in. Owls will send it out for a throw.
Now, for the I guess web audience, you're going to see a lot of Iolani players standing in the 6, awaiting this throw-in. I'd like to see him back up 10 yards and run forward and attack this ball rather than jumping straight up in the air.
Here's the ball from Simone off one head. This is Sekido at the edge of the box. Turns and can't really get a shot off. It'll be another throw. Ruya headed the second goal in a 2-0 victory at Kamehameha on Tuesday.
Number 5.
Long, high throw into the hands of the Owl goalkeeper. That was not in no man's land.
Yeah, but
It's to him.
But if we go to tape and you see where that keeper caught the ball, if memory serves, it looked like he caught the ball low. So why isn't there an Iolani player streaking in there and taking it off his hands? I think that was a wasted opportunity there. You got to have a lot of fire and aggression.
There's a shot into the hands once again of John Muttick. 55th minute here. Jacob Lee with a strong clearance.
Maybe taking a chance at a goal there. You know, one of the advantages obviously a keeper has is being able to use his hands and to jump up there and snag a ball out of the 7, 8, 9 feet in the air. If the keeper is catching the ball while his feet are on the ground at eye level or at his chest level, that means that an Iolani player could have struck it, just streaked in there and headed the ball in, use his face, use his chest, run the ball in the back of the goal. Run into the keeper, you run into the keeper.
Simone with it. Up ahead. Nobody home again.
Yeah, I don't want to hear you say that anymore.
I won't.
Well, if you do, then the coach maybe has to. Kid's having a good game. So you pull him, I say, man, play to our teammates. Stop giving the ball to the Mid-Pacific keeper.
Ball almost headed to our man Kennedy Chu there.
You try to take
low
chances,
camera.
but take your chances. With the ball moving away from the keeper, right? You play the ball at the keeper. You're making his decision easy.
Misato's clearance off the press box. Nasu will get us restarted here. The throw to the feet of Kawamura.
We see some players warming up over there on the Mid-Pacific side. We see activity on the sideline.
And those blue pennies.
So I'm wondering, are you warming up some fast, quick strike type kids who might counterattack on you, right? Gotta be careful that in a 2-1 game, sun's going down, 5 seconds can turn this from a 2-1 victory to a 2-2 tie. So be wary of it. As a defender, you're playing against the same person for 40, 50, 60, 70 minutes. Other coach throws in somebody different. He might throw a different look at you, a different move, a different speed at you, and as a defender, you're not ready. So I would imagine that the Mid-Pacific coach is contemplating something tricky. So hold the ball, Jonah.
Strong clearance by Oishi to Kawamura. He falls and gets back up. 3-on-3 here for the Raiders.
Wasted. Hey.
Might take another chance here. Cross over to Sekida. Zach's in front, point blank range. Pushes his legs out a couple times, but Muttick is there to save the day for the Owls.
Yeah, assistant referee raised his flag. I'm not sure what for. I don't think that was an offside. Maybe running into the keeper.
Ball goes out right in front of the Raider bench. And there's some crashing into the Raider players there. By Danton Nita, who knows some of those Raider players. He plays with Ruya Sakido, Jacob Lee, and Elijah Brown on their club team, Bulls. Saying hi to some of his friends there on the bench.
Ruya ended with a nice service there. Zach was not offside. I'm not sure what the ref was calling there, but prior to that, it would have been nice to see a distribution to Ruya's feet. He was streaking and nobody in front of him. Play that ball right onto the 25, let Ruya take a touch, take a rip.
Coach Milks was looking at our secret instant replay system that we have up here that we don't want to tell anybody about, but
yeah,
he watched it and then he's recounting it. Believe him. He's not making it up.
Yeah, I do.
That's all I can say about our secret
I do have the
replay system.
advantage of the replay here. And I will admit when I'm wrong.
Another long throw. Bounced it into the keeper and back to him. This is Freddie Mariels with it. Play it ahead to Sakida. He keeps it in.
Beautiful.
Able to cross, but over and out.
He's got to bring that back. Put it into the field of play, young man.
You know, Freddie Mariels had a second half goal on Friday against Damien in that 4-0 victory off a volley.
Oh.
And a thing of beauty. So much so, Mr. Milks, that the Damien goalkeeper kind of came out and congratulated him.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, I'm not saying that's what you want to do, but it was, 3-0 was kind of headed that way. But he just kind of came out and smiled and he shook hands with them. I mean, it was a thing of beauty. There were some nice goals in that game, a couple headers. That one off a volley.
Maybe after the game you say something. You just get scored on. You should be a little more upset, Damien.
Yeah, that's,
come on.
No.
It must have been a really nice goal.
It was nice. If you just joined us, the Iolani goals came from Wailoa Manuel in the 22nd minute. Header off a long throw. Here's another long throw. Oh, and a nice flick header.
Off of a mid-pack player again.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And, that ball moves 3-4 inches right or left off his head. That becomes, after the distance, it's your calculus. Then it becomes, 3 or 4 feet possibly the keeper has to deal with, right? The angle of deflection. Is that something there from our math days? I think I'm making something up.
Oh.
The coefficient. Oh.
Math, not my strong suit.
Yeah. That's a proper
but
call
with
there.
we're going to see it again here. Yeah, Woody, I think it comes off that Raider, no?
Okay. Well, that's the benefit.
That head action,
hey,
it looked like one of those flick.
If I'm going to use the replay to make me look good, then we can also use it to correct me when that went off of an Iolani player. But we love that weapon that is Tristan Simone on those throw-ins.
Jaron,
excuse me.
Tristan, alumni now.
Is there a Tristan Simone or there Medio Simon?
There was.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Jaron, of course, is the grandson of the legendary William Y.S. Lee. Longtime dean of students here at Iolani School. I got to admit, I've made visits to that office. You?
Oh. No, never.
Okay.
Never.
Somebody's being dishonest, maybe. Maybe me, maybe you. Who knows?
Oh, you just want to be cool. Having trouble.
Yeah.
You never got in trouble.
Yeah. I see him. He's probably here. And what he does is he points at me with that finger.
Yeah, we've all been
I'm 50 years old this month, and he's still pointing at me.
You're a January baby?
I am.
Oh, as am I. What's your birthday?
January 29th.
Oh, my sister, John, turns 50 on the 28th. So I'll have her wish you a happy birthday.
Thank you much.
I turned not that age on the 7th.
Freddie Mariels, Lincoln Oishi.
Hey, what a great time of day and situation to be playing soccer. It's cool on the field. There's no sun in your eyes. You can just run around and never get tired.
We got a little bit more of that sort of climate in this action because of a late start. Started about 4:10. Transportation issues for the Owls coming down here.
Got to hand it to both, the Iolani coaches and mid-pack and to the refs. They started this thing in a timely manner. I'm sure that Coach Chris Lee went over and made sure that mid-pack had enough time to appropriately warm up. He spoke to the refs and said, hey, give him a chance.
Cleared away by Park. That's a pretty good directional clearance. Sakito almost caught up to that.
Yeah, he needed to intercept that ball when it hit the ground so it wouldn't bounce. There's a slight crown on this field, and the way the ball was moving, you could see it was going to bounce out. He needed to intercept it prior to that, run through it.
65th minute, about 15 minutes left here.
And Iolani's got to be careful, right? 2-1 game. Be careful. I would imagine Coach Chrisley will get his starters back in there for the closing minutes. Or maybe
fancy footwork there by Kobayashi, but the Raiders come up with it. And Manuel's trying to put on the pressure. There is a turnover. Rosen swings it out to Brown. And we will get a Raider throw. It is 2-1. Iolani cannot afford to concede another goal. If this game ends in a tie, both teams will get only 1 point. That would be devastating for the Raiders.
You know, that service there, he needs to play away from the keeper. Don't even put the keeper in play. Got a right triangle to the ball and the keeper. You got to really play the hypotenuse.
You're looking for Ruya to kind of cut that back a little bit?
Oh, yeah. Give it a chance.
Corner kick
for
the Raiders.
A lot of times you tell a young player, you're on the baseline there, create a new goal with the goalkeeper standing to the right of the post. Imagine the goal there, and you got to miss it left. Miss it to the goalkeeper's right so your teammate can come in and put it away. You almost don't ever want to see a cross just go to a goalkeeper like that. You're not giving your teammates a chance.
So this will be Andrew Rosen.
Bending in
with the corner
right
kick.
foot. Beautiful ball.
6 Raiders in the
Beautiful
box.
Ball.
Found the head of Park. He has his hands on his head because it bounced down and over.
How is this not a corner kick? Beautiful ball. The moment it left his foot, it felt like it was going in.
Yeah, that found the head of Brendan Park rather cleanly, the senior. Brother of Matthew Park, class of 16. Raiders have one of their goal scorers. Well, I guess that's their only goal scorer if the other one was a own goal. Wailoa Manuel up top at center forward. When you score a goal, you get the shout out, and Wailoa wants to send a shout out to Mr. DJ Tano, who gave him some good support in the first semester, which is now concluded. Thanking one of his teachers. That's got to warm your heart, Mr. Milks.
Yeah. Interesting play here.
By Wailoa. Inoue crosses it into the box. A couple of Owls are there to clear.
Yeah, earlier I mentioned that ball you want to put in the air. Your far right, far left, or wide right, wide left. You can need to put that ball in the air. The situation there, the mid-pack players might have thought there was an offside, right? They're all standing around. You can't do that. You have to play to the whistle. Just keep playing hard till the whistle.
Good job by Jacob Lee back there in the center of the Raider defense. Ball ahead to Manuel.
Head forward.
Oh, there was kind of a pull back there. Elijah Brown will track it down in that far corner and steam into the box. His cross attempt.
Would have liked to see him use his left foot there, play the ball away from the keeper. Wants that one back. Sometimes, you got a person beat. His defender fell to the ground. You got him beat. Just keep going. Take another touch. It's not as if the defender's going to stand back up and chase you down while you're on your feet. Here we go.
Foot race, Manuel. Wailoa.
No.
Versus.
Oh, don't blow your whistle. Kaleo, let the play go on. See what happens.
Calls the foul, brandishes the yellow card.
That is a bad call. Bad
stops play. I
Stops
guess
play.
You're
and now Mid-Pacific now puts 11. Now they're going to put 9 guys back and put a wall up there. Wailoa had the ball at his feet with nobody in front of him.
That one was, to your point, rather glaring because there wasn't anybody else back there.
Nope.
That was a
bad call.
Clear chance on goal.
You know, and the irony is you think, oh, that was a foul, but not every foul has to stop play.
And you could hand out the yellow card later.
Yes, you could.
This is Brendan Park up over the wall onto the crossbar and over.
Yeah. And, you know, one might argue that the defender, he stops because he hears the whistle. But, you know, things happen in soccer. You know, the referee, keep the whistle in your hand. Don't blow. See what happens. 1,002, 1,003, 1,004. If Wailoa loses possession or nothing comes positive for Iolani out of it, then blow the whistle. Because that was indeed a foul.
Simfraka will throw it in front of the Raider bench. And Iolani coach Chris Lee, who is in his 15th season, I believe.
Too much. Oh. What?
And, you know, Chris, in his 15th season, that's after 13 years as an assistant coach to the previous 3 head coaches, including your coach, Bob Barry, who he and you played on 2 state championship teams in 1987 and 1988.
Yeah.
So he has been synonymous with this program for a long time.
You know, it's interesting because, you know, there are certain legacy names, right? And Chris, one day, he's going to be that guy. He's going to be synonymous with Iolani soccer. He's been here so long. Success both as a player, as a coach, and hopefully as a parent. You know, his young son is a great player. Hopefully will, you know, be on the team and bring success. And I think that you're going to see, when you look back in time, who's got the most victories, who's been there the longest, and it'll likely be Chris Lee. I think Bob Barry was here for over, near 30, maybe?
Yeah, Bob Barry, 5 state titles.
Yep.
Beginning in 1974 and ending with those 2 on the teams that you were on. And Chris Lee has those 2 state titles and also as a coach in 2009 and 14. And several ILH crowns as well.
Oh, yeah.
Owls threatening. This is scary moments here in the 73rd minute. Raiders cannot give up a goal here. And here come, whoa, Isaac Tanaka for the rescue. And then a shot with no one in goal by Kawa Higashi. Goes over the top, but Kobayashi was there with a really, I'd say, a good chance there. And Isaac Tanaka came out.
Excellent play by the keeper there. Aggressive, smart.
Wow.
But that's why you got to be careful in these closing minutes. Anything can happen.
A bit of a heart-stopping moment there.
Yeah, you don't want to see Iolani walk off this field with a singular point.
Tanaka gets us restarted with that goal kick over the center line.
And for those that's for a tie. A tie awards you 2 points in your season table, your season standings. A win is 3 points. And we have to keep up with Punahou, who does not have a loss. Stay on side, Wailoa.
That ball to Wailoa, headed away.
Let it run, let it run.
Nicely by Jared Davis.
And when I say let it run, I'm telling 21, let it go out, let it run. Let's get that corner kick. And the reason why I say is, one, this is going to have another 30 seconds, 45 seconds possibly elapse off the clock. Your defenders get a time to rest, compose themselves, and there is no better defense than a corner kick. That ball cannot get farther away from our goal than it is right now.
So Jaron Simone is on from the bench, replacing Elijah Brown, and he run all the way into that corner.
In swinger. Yeah, put those away. Got to put those away.
Another one over the top.
Yuck. Beautiful ball. Beautiful ball. It's called an in-swinger. Using his left foot, which means the ball is spinning counterclockwise, which means it's going to go left to right, which means from in the field to the goal, so in-swinging.
The two center backs, Lincoln Oishi and Jacob Lee, were nearest to the ball.
But you are feet away from the goal line. Just got to tap that thing in the back of the net. Instead it went over. Ouch.
We are in the 75th minute. This is
settle it. All right.
Job by Andrew Rosen. He's got it. Tries to chip it ahead to Wailoa.
You know, Wailoa is obviously a good athlete, and it appears he has speed. He has to be careful that he doesn't run offside on those situations. Kawamura is a center striker who likes to check to get the ball at his feet. Wailoa looks like he wants to run, and he's going to get himself offside if he continues that. Like right now, he's doing it right now.
Raiders could use a bit of possession here. We've got about maybe 4.5 minutes to go here.
What you'd like to see Wailoa do is make an angled run away from the ball rather than running vertically. He's going to get caught offside in the wrong moment. Got to coach that out of him.
Rosen. Kawamura. Tries to get it back to Rosen. He's in the box. 2 Owls are there, and so is the Mid-Pacific keeper, John Muttick. Sends it ahead to Scully Bromwell. He's being harassed by a couple of Raiders. Simone keeps it in momentarily.
Good aggression there by Jaron. Not afraid to throw the body around.
Lincoln Oishi over there on the far sideline. Lincoln, an excellent player, senior.
Solid.
Rock on the defense. And I asked Coach Chris Lee, who you played with, I said, hey, does he remind you of yourself? Because Chris kind of resembled that in my memory. And he said, yeah, kind of. But, you know, more of a sweeper type. But, yeah.
Well, I think Chris will be one of the first to admit that the technical skills, a beautiful ball. Beautiful ball.
This is Garrity Noy.
Oh, slow down.
Muttick got to the ball before him outside his box. Good job by the Owl keeper. Scully Bromwell on the far side. See if he can cross it in. 2 Owls in the box. Andrew Rosen to the rescue.
Misato
oh, sorry. Freddie Mariel's 10, not 18.
No, slot it. Do it now. Do it now. Do it. Ooh, look right.
Zach.
Garrett wide open. Turn.
Sato Nasu with the interception. The ball ahead, and Isaac Tanaka is there for the Raiders. Just about a minute and a half left of the 80. Not sure how much extra time, if any, there will be. There was a couple yellow cards.
Yeah, but there shouldn't be an appreciable amount of extra time. But
maybe a minute.
Yeah, you know, sometimes a ref feels, hey, I got to add a minute, give this team that's down 2-1 an opportunity because there was a yellow card against Iolani, or there was a goal that mid-pack scored and PK took a little while. So he kind of instinctively wants to give a minute, even though one isn't deserved.
There's a shot swept away by Iolani. We are in the 90th minute. 80th minute. 80 minutes in high school soccer. Shimomura, throw in. Scully Bromwell.
And this is where, if you're on Mid-Pacific, you think, gosh, Iolani, they need to, I really wish we'd throw the ball in. They're going real slow. And the Iolani player is going to take his time throwing this ball in. All right, let's get 21. Get on your horse. Get on your horse, 21.
Jonah Kawamura against 3 Owls. He's still with it. He gets the ball to Zach. Nicely. That was pretty impressive how he did that, even though there were 3 Mid-Pacific players there.
That was outstanding.
And there is the final whistle.
No extra time.
By
that was
Benz.
Beautiful soccer by Jonah Kawamura. Zach wants that one back. It was so beautiful. Maybe, in fact, Zach wasn't ready for it. Right? He was not expecting such a beautiful play. Jonah set the defender up, slotted the ball in there perfectly. Zach wasn't ready. Hopefully they get their chemistry a little bit better in the next year or two. Or I hope they get it better in the next month and a half.
So the Raiders win it 2-1. They get all 3 points. Now they are 7-1-0. That adds up to 21 points. They will play Les Jardins on Wednesday and then play at Punahou. Punahou came into today's game 1 point up on the Raiders with 19. That will be a big game on Saturday, as will likely determine a ton about who earns that first ILH bid to the state tournament. Much the same thing on the girls' side, so follow all of the Iolani School platforms and support these Raider soccer teams as they get down to the ILH tournament and subsequent state tournament, hopefully, if things go well for them.
Yeah, the Kamehameha game used to be a big game in the Iolani ILH season. It seems like some of the energy of that particular matchup is kind of dissipated in the past few years. That their only real big game now is the Punahou game.
Here comes the Raider team, clapping, thanking their supporters here in the Kazuki Stadium stands. We would like to thank all of our Iolani Live crew members. Bunch of students here. Today is not a school day. Today was a faculty work day for people like Mr. Milks.
It was?
Get their
Uh-oh.
You got to get your comments and your grades in, sir.
Yeah, I've been here I actually was here all day looking forward to this game.
And the players head off. So these guys, Bubba Shea Park, who is at the top of the stadium, and you see his beautiful shot right there of Waikiki and Eddie Hamada back there, and Alawai School, Alawai Elementary School. We also had Kennedy Chu, a junior, on our low camera. Thank you, Kennedy. Josh Ling over here to our right in the middle of Kazuki Stadium. Did a great job. That is his shot of the Mid-Pacific warm-down session. We also had production assistant John Sung in the AV office, the brain, the truck, so to speak, of our Iolani Live production, along with Will Heiler, Sr. This is almost the anniversary of his wonderful tweet about the missile attack.
Oh, yeah. Famous for that.
Almost to the day, yeah.
Calmed a lot of people that day. It was very important you did that.
That was awesome. We also got, of course, everyone's leader, Dane Korihara, the manager of media services, Kings Klohelani and Mitch Viernes and Reed Ueki, all of the good folks helping put this on. Also, Director of Communications, Kathy Lee Chong, who is kind of our executive producer, overseeing this Iolani Live production. And we want to thank also you watching at home or on your cell phones or wherever you are in the world, either live or on demand. Hope you enjoyed watching it. And on behalf of all of our students and faculty who had a lot of work to do today, hopefully you did as well, Mr. Milks. the staff and administration of Iolani School, we'd like to thank you for joining us, especially head of school Timothy R. Cottrell and his administration for supporting these webcasts, and also many thanks to the Iolani School Athletic Department for their assistance in setting up all of our broadcast locations here along Kazuki Stadium. And so for all of them, and you, my tag team partner, Mr. William Woody Milks, this is John Tamanaha saying good night, everybody, and aloha.
Aloha.